We're going to cover lesson 98. So first we're going to start with 98.A, which is change of base. It is a review from Algebra 2, but it's on how to find the value of logs that are not a base of 10 or e, using our calculator. So change of base, I'm just going to do a couple with you. Well, I'll show you the property. If I say log base b of m, you would use your calculator and enter log of m divided by log of b. Okay, notice the base goes on the bottom. So base goes on the bottom. Okay, so let's do a couple. Number 1, log base 5 of 15. So to enter this in my calculator, I would hit log of 15 divided by the log of 5. So using a calculator, log of 15, make sure you close out the parentheses, divided by log of 5. And you get approximately, right, because I'm rounding, 1.68. So 2, find the log base 7 of 82. So to find the answer, the missing exponent, I would hit log of 82 divided by the log of 7. So the log of 82 divided by the log of 7. And you get 2.26. All right, last, the log of 1/3 of 600. So when I enter that, I'm going to hit the log of 600 divided by the log of 1/3. And I'm going to get a negative number because a negative exponent would create a positive. A negative exponent would take a fraction to a whole number. So the log of 600 divided by the log, and I am going to enter 1 divided by 3 to get a more accurate answer. And I get approximately negative 5.82. So that is 98.A. 98.B covers contrived log problems. So in these cases, for most of these, we are going to, they're a little bit longer log problems. So let's review really quick a couple things. So here's some review. So let's review the first. In order to solve x to the 3/2 equals 8, I would have to raise both sides to the reciprocal fraction. And so in that case, x equals 4. If I was to solve log of x plus 2 plus log of x minus 3. In this case, remember that we use the product property, so I would get x plus 2 times x minus 3. In order to solve, I would multiply. So that gives me the log of x squared minus 1x minus 6. And then I would solve from there. So remember the product property. There's also the quotient property. So in this case, I would have used the product property. I could review all the properties, but I think it would be faster if I just started solving some problems with you. So here we go. Solve log of x squared equals log of x squared. So this is two different things. This is like saying log of 4 equals log of 4 times log of 4. These are very, very different. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the power property, right? 2 comes out front times the log of x equals the log of x times the log of x. And then the easiest way here I cannot just divide by log of x. We need to factor. So I'm going to get everything on the same side. So I'm going to subtract. So I have 2 times the log of x minus log x times log x equals 0. Now I can factor out the GCF. So I would take out log of x, and that would give me 2 minus the log of x equals 0. And then from there, I can solve. So I would set log of x equal to 0, and I would set 2 minus the log of x equals 0. Okay, there's an invisible 10, so 10 to the 0 equals x. Here I would have to subtract 2, so negative log of x equals negative 2, and divide by, so when does the log of x equal a positive 2? So again, there's an invisible, and I should have done that in a different color, just so you remember, if they don't have a base, my invisible base is a 10. So they're saying when 10 squared equals x. So x equals 1 and 100, right? 10 to the 0th power equals 1. 10 squared is 100. So my two values are 1 and 100. Next one. Solve log root x equals the square root of log x. So let's first talk about what I have here. So I'm going to rewrite this to be the log of x to the 1/2, because the root of x is the same as the exponent of 1/2, equals the log of x to the 1/2. Now, as I told you earlier, to get rid of an exponent, we raise both sides by the reciprocal, and 2 over 1 is the same as 2. So this leaves me with the log of x to the hold on. That would be x to the 1/4, because this is 1/2 squared, and this would equal log of x. And the reason why these are different is because, remember, this 1/2 is technically out here. So 1/2 squared would be, and maybe I'll keep that written that way. So now I've got 1/4 log of x minus log of x. I feel like I've done this wrong. This is now squared. Sorry. Because I would have 1/2 1/4 log x squared, and then I would subtract log of x. So anyways, sorry. I'm going to factor out the common factor here, which in this case is the log of x, and that would give me 1/4 log of x minus 1 equals 0. So when does the log of x equal 0, and when does the 1/4 times the log of x minus 1 equal 0? So this is when does, there's an invisible 10 here. So 10 to the 0 equals x, and this would mean I would have to add 1. So log of x equals 1 divided by 1/4. So the log of x equals 4. So what does 10 to the 4th equal? Because that's x. So x equals 10 to the 0 is 1, and 10 to the 4th is, 10,000. So x equals 1 and 10,000. And I'm sorry I had that a little down. Moving on to some different ones. Number 3, solve log base 10 of log of x equals 3. Now this is written pretty crazy, but I'm going to remember my parts. This is my base, this is my answer, and this is my exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this in exponential form. So my base, my power, my answer. So now I've got 1,000 equals log of x, and I have an invisible base of 10. So I'm going to write this guy in exponential. 10 to the 1,000th power equals x. Now this is too big of a number to enter on my calculator, so I'm simply just going to circle this as my answer. Last one. Solve x to the square root of log of x equals 10 to the 8th. So again, I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to rewrite it in log form. So I have my base. Well, I'm going to take the log of both sides. So on the right, I'm going to take the log base 10 of 8, and on the left, I'm going to take the log of x to the square root of log of x. Now these are both log base 10. So this guy gets to come out front, the square root of the log of x times log base 10 of x equals 8, because the log base 10 of 10 cancels. On the left, I have the log of x to the 1/2, okay, because that's the same as square root, times the log of x. These both have a base of 10, equals 8. So there's an invisible power of 1 here. So if I add those, right, they have the same base. I have log of x, this is 1 over 1, so that would be 2 over 2. So 3 over 2 equals 8. And then I would raise both sides to the 2/3. And I would get the log of x equals 4. And then from here, this is an invisible 10. 10 to the 4th equals x. So x equals 10,000. These are pretty complicated ones, so I would use these notes to do your homework. For homework 98, we are going to skip numbers 4, 5, 7, 15, 19, 24, 29, and 30. It's a lot to skip. You're welcome.